Step 1. Open up Excel and create a new blank document. Label the cells A1 through R1 with the following labels. In A, CSI code. In B will be the item description. C, quantity. D, unit. E, labor productivity. F, conversion units. G, labor hours. H, labor rate. I, labor total. J, material cost. K, conversion units. L, material total. M, equipment cost. N, conversion units. O, equipment total. P, subcontractor. Q, subtotal. And R, notes. A note. In order to fit the labels in the cell, go back and double click on the divider between two columns, and it will justify the label to fit into that cell. This is what you will be left with once you do that. Enter the following formula in cell G2. You will do equals cell C2 times cell E2 and hit enter once you're finished. Click on cell G2 and then move your mouse to the bottom right hand corner until the black cross appears in your screen. Then click and drag all the way down to cell G10 and release and hit enter. Enter the following formula in cell I2. You will do equals cell G2 times cell H2 and hit equal. Click on cell I2, get the black cross in the bottom right hand corner of the cell, and then drag down to cell I10 and hit enter. Enter the following formula in cell L2. You will put equals cell C2 times cell J2 and hit enter when you're done. Click on cell L2 and wait for the black cross to appear at the bottom right hand side of the cell and drag down to cell L10 and hit enter when you're finished. Enter the following formula in cell Q2. Equal sum parenthesis and then click on cell G2 comma I2 comma and then L2 and then close parentheses and hit enter. Click on cell Q2 and then drag the formula down to cell Q10 and hit enter when you're finished. Merge and center cell A11 and B11 and then type column total in the cell and hit enter when you're finished. Highlight cell G2 through G10 and then click on the auto sum button on the upper right hand side of your screen and then hit enter. Repeat this step for column I, L, and Q. Create 15 new sheets by clicking the plus button located next to the Sheet 1 tab, and click this 15 times so you have a total of 16 sheets. Navigate back to the first sheet and click on cell A1 and highlight down to the 12th row and over to column R, and then copy it by hitting your Control C on your keyboard, and then pasting it to each sheet by going into each new sheet and hitting Control V on your keyboard. Do this for each sheet. Rename each sheet by double-clicking where it says Sheet 1 or Sheet 2, and by typing in the associated name with it. For the first sheet, it will be General Requirements. Second sheet will be Site Construction. Third will be Concrete. Fourth will be Masonry. Fifth will be Metals. Sixth will be Wood and Plastics. 7 will be Thermal and Moisture Protection. 8 will be Doors and Windows. 9 Finishes. 10 Specialties. 11 Equipment. 12 Furnishings. 13 Special Construction. 14 Conveying Systems. 15 Mechanical and Plumbing. And 16 Electrical. Navigate to the last sheet and add a new sheet. Showed up right here. Make sure it is after the electrical sheet by dragging it and dropping it after the electrical sheet, and rename this one Totals. Add the following headings between rows A1 and G1: CSI division, labor hours, labor total, material total, equipment total, subtotal, and then subtotal. Label cells A2 through A17 with a division for each cell, so 1 through 16, like it's done here. Link the total labor hours, labor total, material total, equipment total, subcontractor total, and subtotals from the previous sheets so that they appear on the total sheet. To do so, you will click on cell, for instance B2, and you will hit enter, and then you will navigate back, and for the being division 1, we will go to general requirements, click on that, and then you will click on cell G11 to get the total labor hours, and then hit enter. And then we'll do that for labor total, material total, equipment total, subcontractor total, and subtotal. And you can do this for all 16 divisions. Label cell A19 subtotals. Insert a formula in cell B19 that sums together cells B2 through B17. And then copy this formula over until column G. Test to make sure that you linked the sheets appropriately so that your totals would show up on the totals sheet by going to any one of your other sheets, and let's go to electrical, and let's just put a 2 here, and it should sum down to cell P11 as 2, and then go to the totals and it should show up as it does. So that means they're linked correctly. Label cell A21 as total, and insert a formula in cell B2 that will link the subtotal from cell G19. So just hit equal G19. Enter.